This is Chris Prawdzik with Cageside Press. Today I have Bubba Jenkins, who takes on Brandon Loughnane at PFL 10, the co-main event at Madison Square Garden on November 25th. Bubba, how are you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Long day of training, and on my way home, I'm in an Uber right now. Just been going so many different places. I left my car at another spot. I had to go to another one, and it's champ camp, man. We just out here working.
So where are you at right now? Are you in Vegas training
Yep.
or?
In Vegas with
Okay,
Dewey Cooper out here, split T boxing, and BK MMA. Got our own thing.
nice, nice. How you feeling? We're about a month out. Yeah, 35, 36 days, something like that. How you feeling overall?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited about it being at the Madison Square Garden. Main event. You can't get no better than that, and it being PFL's first pay per view. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's real exciting too, right? So, I mean, they said, I think last year or maybe early this year, they were going to finally do a pay-per-view. And then, I mean, they're putting on an amazing card. I mean, stacked top to
Yeah.
bottom. And you got that co-main right there. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, best
That's what
thing.
I was saying, man. They got so many good. I mean, there's so many good fights on that card. A lot of championships going to be won that night. $6 million going to be given out. I'm hoping to get my portion of that, and it's going to be a good night. But I think that PFL has done the right thing with trying to sell it like they have, and putting me at the co-main event was the best move they could have done because we're gonna get some numbers out of it.
Well, you're Air Jenkins, right?
Yes, sir. Eric Jenkins, let's move with it.
So what do you do, right? So you win the fight. What do you do with $1 million? Like, I mean, that's life-changing money.
Yeah, no, I'm going to invest it. I got a smart team of people around me that have been around me for a while, and it sounds cool to be self-made and to go out and do all kinds of crazy things with $1 million and spend it all kinds of crazy ways. But my team is one that once we get $1 million up, we'll never be broke again. So we're going to do the right things, invest it in the right places, talk to the right people, and like I said, I trust the people that I have around me, and yeah, you're going to see me shining for the rest of time.
So I mean, so the short-term goal is obviously get in there, get out as quick as you can, win $1 million. What's your long-term strategy as far as just your MMA career?
Man, I want to change as many lives as I possibly can. This will be my culmination of making myself a millionaire, being that I'll win this championship and they'll make me a millionaire. But my sons are young in the game, and I have a lot of young brothers, as far as like not family brothers, but young fighters in the game that I truly appreciate and honor and respect. And the guys that have helped me, the guys that are in my gym, the guys like Timmy Twilight, and guys that have helped me along the way are people that I want to make a difference for in their game, by managing and by being an agent and by, helping people, being coached to the right career. I want to be in mixed martial arts in every capacity for the rest of the time it's being, and being on the ground floor of what PFL is doing, being that it's in their third, fourth season and it's so new that, 20 years down the line when I'm, cage side at my son's fight and they're going to be like, oh, Hall of Famer Bubba Jenkins, he's the 2022 PFL champion number 3. Look at the championship ring, yada yada yada. It's going to have this kind of historical feel to it, and that's why I'm excited where I'm at now.
Great. So, and we talked about the camp a little bit. Is there anything specifically you're doing any differently this camp than you have in the past? I mean, it's obviously, a big fight, right? So, I mean, is
Yeah,
there
yeah.
anything you change or?
No, we didn't change anything. No new friends, no new places, no new strategies, no new nothing. It's always been Batman versus Batman. We can make sure that we can beat us and beat the person that is in the mirror. Then we're gonna come out with a great victory. So for that, we've just focused on being in the best shape that we can be in. He said that I'm a 3 round fighter, and because we've been in the PFL and I haven't been in the championship, I've only needed to be a 3 round fighter. And all of the fights for PFL, they've only asked me to do 3 rounds. So this is the first 5 round fight they're asking me to do, and therefore will show up as the 5 round fighter. So his little Bubba Jenkins is only a 3 round fighter is obvious because I only needed to be a 3 round fighter. But just because he said that, I plan on knocking his ass out in the fourth, just to one up him on his little 3 round fighter thing. So we plan on knocking him out in the fourth and being in great shape to do it.
I'm assuming they're probably going to do some sort of a larger press conference as we get closer to the event, maybe the week of or something like that. I mean, do you think there's going to be some animosity between you and Brandon during the press conference? If there is
I
one,
mean,
I'm
there's
just
animosity in any time you say that I'm going to be better than you at something. There's going to be a little form of animosity with two guys that are going to compete. There happens to be only one turkey in the field, and we happen to be two hungry wolves. So yeah, there's going to be some animosity. He's a friend of mine, two warriors on the same path, reaching for the same goal. But when it comes down to feeding my children and him having his family, I like the guy. I don't love the guy, and there's a million reasons why I'll take his head off.
yeah. And I think it's really interesting too, right? So, I mean, UFC, they have, how their pay structure is built out, and you're fighting for basically double your purse is what most fighters fight for. I mean, you're fighting for life-changing money, on the 25th. I mean, $1 million is that's just an amazing purse. I know we talked about kind of what you would do with that. I mean, say you go out there and you win really quick. I mean, next year, then you run it back, try to win another million. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Do you think PFL is your long-term home, or kind of too early to tell with that, or
Well,
would you
I'm
be?
only going to say it's too early because I'm a smart businessman. It's too early because it's contract year. And what kind of idiot would I be to just say, yeah, PFL, I'm loving them, I'm going to always be with them, when I have a personality, I have a following, I have a wrestling background pedigree, I'm a national world champion in that sport. So I have the pedigree to go to any organization, be big in any organization. So whoever's going to show me they love me is who's going to get me. I got children to feed, and I don't play with their inheritance. It's not even about my money. It's about their money that I'm getting for them. On this path to becoming great. But on that path, I'm making sure that I do the right things and I speak politically. Not only that, but I represent myself well as a champion, as a brand. And it's contract year. I speak well, I talk well, I fight even better. So whoever wants the bad man, go get the bad man, because I got to bring a big bad bag.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of getting at. I mean, I think you can be a star in any organization. You're amazing to talk with, and your fight styles are absolutely. I mean, you're a highlight reel. So I mean,
I appreciate
what
that.
more can you ask for? So one thing I've been seeing a lot everywhere, and I haven't got a chance to talk to anyone about it. I don't know if it's just for this upcoming pay-per-view on Saturday or what. Millions, like everyone's having a watch party. I know you're having one on Saturday. I believe. I thought I seen some. Can you explain to me what that is? So I know I was reading the website a little bit. You do like a cameo. There's different cameos. You do videos and different things like that.
Right.
But can you explain to me
So
what this
a watch
is?
party. Yeah. So a watch party is basically I'm going to set some cameras up, and much like you're looking at me now, I'm going to be watching the fights, right? Except you're going to be watching the fights at your place. So we're going to be watching the fights together, but the camera's going to be on me, and you're going to be you're going to see my live reaction of somebody getting knocked out right then and there. So obviously there's copyrights where you're not going to put the camera on the screen to where you can see me, you can see the UFC that's going on. But for those people who stream in to my watch party, they can watch me watching the fights, and if they're watching it somewhere or listening to it somewhere, they can hear me analyze it. They can hear the strategy about me doing what I do about fighting, how I like it, how I don't like it, what I like about the fighters. They'll hear me say it and do a bunch of different things with the UFC this weekend. So it's a cool little thing to get your fans in on just kind of hanging out with you.
Yeah, now is this your first time doing one of these, as far as for this site at least?
Well, I did it before, but I had bad service, and it was right after my Atlanta fight, so I wasn't really at home. I was somewhere in Atlanta trying to, do a last minute watch party for them. But this will actually be my first official, like legitimate one where I can sit down and I'm really going to be analyzing, really going to be making picks on who's going to win and things like that.
So any kind of early predictions you have? I know a lot of eyes are on this pay-per-view this week, a lot of fun talent. Is there any specific fight you're looking forward to the most, or anybody you're like,
Well,
I'm really hoping, or
it's the main event. It's hard to not want to watch Oliveira and Islam, and being that I'm in the Ali Abdelaziz camp, we always gonna be rooting for anything and anyone he's got, unless they're going against me. Like I'm never gonna root for Chris Wade. I'm never gonna root for Lance Palmer unless they're going against somebody else. So when it comes to my fellow agency, my fellow men, and my comrades. I definitely want to go for anybody Ali Abdelaziz has got. But I'm a wrestler, bro. It's hard to beat them wrestlers. It's hard to beat them wrestlers. So within that vein, I got Islam in the win. But, Dewey Cooper says Oliveira is going to win. So I hate going against what Dewey says because Dewey's 99% accurate. But
yeah,
you got to love them wrestlers.
they got Benny's fighting on that card too. He's fighting Gamrot.
Benny Dariush.
Oh yeah, that should be a pretty
That's
fun
my
one. Him and
boy.
Gamrot, yeah, Dariush, and
I
then
love
that's his
Benny's a
comeback. He's
great
been
guy,
out for a
man.
little while.
Yeah, he's a great guy, awesome dude, humble, believer in Christ. Gotta love who Benny is as a person, a mixed martial artist, and a man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so what's your prediction then? 25th. I know you want to win the fight. If
I'm
you
gonna
had to give
knock him out
yourself
in
a
the fourth round. There ain't
fourth
no
round
ifs,
just to
ands, or
shut him
buts
up,
about it. I'm gonna knock him out in the fourth round. Either the referee's gonna pull me off of his conscious body, or I'm gonna walk off with my hand with my hand raised of his unconscious body. So he's either gonna be conscious while the referee's pulling me off, or unconscious while I'm walking away. But either way, in the fourth round, he's going down.
should be a good one. All right, Bubba, I really appreciate all your time. I know you're heading home. You're tired. I'll give you the floor if there's anything you want to plug in, any sponsors, anything fun like that.
It's PFL's first pay-per-view. Make sure y'all go support the bad man, Bubba Jenkins. Let's go.